This is a quick update video for my RN Roma build. Over the past few weeks I've been mostly working on the Photoetch and getting the superstructure ready to paint. From this picture it doesn't look like much has been done, but that's because a lot of the Photoetch is actually hidden. It's one of the strange things about these models. They seem to provide you with a ton of Photoetch that you never actually see. For example, look at that. All these support struts and a great many pieces. Getting these faces to fit quite nicely was a significant challenge, but they are mostly fitting quite well. More support struts underneath the floors of these things. This one, oh gosh, this required a huge amount of sanding to get right. All of these pieces come out still. This is toothpicks, but not sure what I'm going to have them as in the future. Maybe I can just leave them like that, but those are extra parts that weren't provided with the kit that the Photoetch kit says you need to add in. That's nothing. Photoetch is going to go in here in between these pillars. Done the Photoetch for the funnels, both of them. Underneath here, once again, a whole lot more Photoetch. More over here. Oops. This. More support struts. And even more here. Get all the way down to the base, which means this is all ready for painting. I like to keep them separate for painting and then glue them afterwards, because painting all these things once glued together is nearly impossible. Also, despite what the guides tend to say, I prefer to stick the walls to the ceiling and not the floor, because if you stick to the floor, then you have to somehow paint the different color floor from the different color ceiling, and that's actually quite difficult to do. So it's one of the many areas in which I depart from what the guide says. For example, you can see on this piece, on so-called step 32, that it wants you to glue the walls to the floor, whereas I say, no, that's a mistake. Don't glue the walls to the floor, rather glue the walls to the ceiling, such that painting will be easier. This is also not all the Photoetch in the kit. More Photoetch will be added on after painting, but I find it considerably easier to paint with some of the Photoetch and then use just enough Photoetch such that you can still easily lay masking tape and get good lines, and then once you've done that, come back and put on the more raised Photoetch like ladders and other similar things. As for these so-called steps, I don't know why or what makes them think that this is the order which you should build the ship in, or if that is even what they're intended to be. But I tend to very definitely disagree with this, and I find myself not only doing these so-called steps out of order, but coming backwards and forwards between the steps on multiple occasions. Just as an example of how quickly I disagree with these steps, here we have step 1. I completely disagree. Let's see where I think the first step is. No, 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 no. This is the first step. Literally, the last step in the book is what should be the first step in the book. Why would you put the hull together after you've built all the superstructure, this will never work. The amount of manhandling required to attach the lower hull to the hull is huge. You'll destroy this. You have to strap it down, you have to sand, you have to fill. It's not something you can do when there's a huge amount of detail and superstructure on the deck. You do it when there's nothing, and you can just grip this in your arms and manhandle it into position. So yeah, if anybody thinks that you build a model in the order in which the steps are written, they are clearly mistaken. So that's all for the progress update on the RN Roma. Thanks for watching. Bye.